Pompeii is a place that is covered in ash because of a volcano eruption whose magnitude is beyond our imagination. Archaeologists have been excavating Pompeii for decades, and they come across strange discoveries each time. We bet you can't guess what they discovered this time. Archaeologists discovered a frescoed thermopolium, a hot food and drink shop in Pompeii, an ancient Roman city frozen after Mount Vesuvius erupted in 79 CE. Keep watching to know all about that shocking discovery. Hello and welcome back to the Abandoned Archaeologist again, the channel to learn all about ancient archaeological findings. Today we will discuss the discovery of a hot food drink shop in Pompeii that changes history. But before we begin, to get your attention, we have a question you can answer at the end of the video by watching it. What country has the town of Pompeii? So write down your answer in the comment section and see if you got it right. If you think street food is a new trend, did you know that it has been around since 79 AD? Archaeologists have discovered an extraordinary frescoed hot food and drinks shop serving the ancient equivalent of street food to Roman passers-by. The discovery was made in Pompeii, a city south of Naples buried by a volcanic eruption. A 2,000-year-old fast food restaurant called a thermopolium, a place where something hot is sold, from the ancient Roman city of Pompeii. The archaeological site, discovered in 2019, contains remains that provide insight into ancient Roman life. This multi-sided thermopolium was discovered in Pompeii's Reggio V, between the Vicolo delle Nozze d'Argento and Vicolo dei Balconi. According to the Archaeological Park of Pompeii, such food joints, known as thermopolia, were a common sight in the Roman era, where most middle and lower class people dined when they wanted to go out. Remains of duck bones, goats, fish, pigs, and a floor made of polychrome marble were discovered among the relics discovered in the ancient snack bar. Archaeologists believe one of the dishes offered was a type of paella, a Spanish dish similar to a biryani. During the excavation of Pompeii, many other such eateries were discovered. The city was destroyed by a volcanic eruption, ash from which was discovered during the excavation. As a result, the restaurant's walls are decorated with various illustrations. One appears to depict ingredients that would have been prepared at the thermopolium, such as a rooster, while another depicts a mythological scene with Nereid riding a seahorse. A third image features a colored dog and Roman-era graffiti that roughly translates to Nicias shameless shitter, presumably an insult to the owner, Nicias. Finally, the images include a chicken and upside-down ducks, which allude to the shop's menu. According to Massimo Asana, director of the Pompeii Archaeological Park, preliminary analysis show that the figures drawn on the front of the counter represent, at least in part, the food and drink that was sold there, and that they were excavating the entire thermopolium for the first time. There are traces of pork, fish, snails, and beef on the counters, which is thought to be evidence of the wide range of animal products used to prepare the dishes. The researchers also discovered ground fava beans, which alter the taste of wine, at the bottom of a wine counter. Apicius explains the reason for this in his De Re Coquinaria, asserting that the beans were used to modify the taste and color of the wine, bleaching it, they said. They also discovered 9 amphorae, a bronze patera, 2 flasks, and a common ceramic table olla at the site. In addition, they discovered a cistern, a fountain, and the water tower in a small square in front of the thermopolium. Last Supper of Pompeii, an exhibition at San Francisco's Legion of Honor Museum, is currently exploring Pompeii's dining culture and culinary traditions. But visitors still cannot try the Roman delicacies that would have been served at the original restaurant, because this is a society that considered honey-roasted rodents raised in jars a delicacy. But they will be able to see the establishment's colorful fresco paintings. Foods that Pompeii people used to eat. Poor citizens. The luxuries of exotic meat and an array of spices were not available to the poor people of Pompeii, who had to make do with cheaper food products. Despite this, the city produced a variety of fresh foods due to the rich soil of the volcanic land. Cauliflower in particular was a popular vegetable in Pompeii. They frequently ate this raw because it was thought to be an excellent remedy for a stomachache caused by drinking. Figs were the most commonly used fruit as an appetizer or dessert. On the other hand, bread was the main food dish in poorer households. Because it was less expensive and easier to obtain than other food products, it was popular with the rich and the poor. The bread eaten by almost everyone in Pompeii was identical, as evidenced by human waste discovered in sewers beneath the city, and the 81 carbonized loaves discovered in excavated bakeries. This bakery was one of the main things that connected rich and poor citizens because it was made with the same ingredients and techniques. Most ordinary working-class citizens in Pompeii ate at fast food restaurants. These fast food joints were one of the most common features on the Pompeii street scene, catering to people who didn't have anywhere to eat at home. For example, country visitors visiting the city or workers arriving from the ports. Rich people. The wealthy citizens of Pompeii were thought to have eaten a very rich and exotic diet. Moreover, these families were discovered to host dinner parties to wine and dine with their friends and business associates throughout the week. Exotic food was popular in high society, and showing off by serving imported seafood, flamingos, and even reports of giraffes was fashionable. Whatever food was consumed, it was usually boiled, smoked, fried, or baked. Most dishes were seasoned with fish sauce or thick syrup wine. They ate rich food such as stuffed dates soaked in honey for dessert. Rich citizens benefited from being able to afford spices, which were typically imported from Indonesia and used to flavor their food. This was not the only way the wealthy displayed their wealth. Where they ate was also an opportunity to be extravagant. A high-end Roman dining room typically has a flat table surface in the center and a hard outer ledge wide enough for people to lay back and enjoy food. In addition, there were holes near the table where they could keep their drinks and wine glasses. As you can imagine, this was not the most practical dining option, especially while dressed in a toga. That's why the wealthy relied so heavily on their slaves to assist them with their display eating. Unlike today, when those who can afford to do so save themselves the effort of cooking and having a wide variety of options. If you were wealthy in ancient Pompeii, you ate at home, surrounded by opulence, with your food brought to you. How healthy were they? Numerous discoveries in ancient Pompeii suggest that poorer citizens ate cheap but healthy foods while alive, with the main difference between rich and poor diets being the exotic delicacies consumed by wealthier citizens. The skeletal remains of the citizens were discovered when Pompeii was rediscovered and excavated in the 1800s. These relics contained vital information about these ancient beings, such as causes of death, customs, and physical characteristics. Examiners discovered that all of the citizens' sets of teeth were in excellent condition for the time being. According to the explanation, it was due to their healthy diet, which was high in fresh food, and the high levels of fluorine caused by the volcano. What do you think about the fast food joints discovered in Pompeii and the diet of ancient Pompeii citizens? Comment below, and the answer to the question we asked is Italy. Subscribe now for more.